Well, hello friends. Pro-life leader Frank Pavone here, director of Priests for Life. Welcome to my daily diary segment. Today I'm going to tell you what I did from the Tuesday the 15th of July through Thursday the 17th of July of 2025. So I was at my office all these 3 days, our headquarters here in Titusville. And on the 15th, started as usual early at my desk prior to the staff briefing. Did some work on various emails and paperwork related to the following topics, and some of this throughout the course of the day. The Liberty Pastors National Gatherings, at which I'll be speaking over the next few months. Deacons for Life, we're sending out a special mailing to all the active deacons. Planning for trips, planning for opinion pieces being written, planning for the 115 Forum Leaders Meeting. Some work in relationship to the Parliamentary Network for Critical Issues, just some communication that's under the direction of Marie Smith. And that website you can find in the midst of our links. Pro-Life Vote, our C4, the Good Shepherd Project, our clergy training, the donor calls being made, the Council for National Policy, the Rosary broadcasts that we've initiated at 3 p.m. each day, and an upcoming seminar together with David Barton of Wall Builders. That's going to be for pastors in Washington, D.C. Had the staff briefing at 8:30. At 8:45, I came in here to the studio to do a national broadcast on A Real America's Voice. They have me on regularly. Continued to meet with staff and did some work on my desk between 9 and 10. And then at 10, I was in here for the live scripture reflections broadcast, which we do every day. After that, more work at my desk and with staff here at the office, a little phone call work in the middle of the day, and then more desk work as the afternoon went on and checking in with various staff members. At 4 o'clock, had a special meeting with one of our executive administrators and our fundraising manager, working on plans for the upcoming months. That was at 4 o'clock. At 4:30, I went on to another national radio program and did an interview for about a half hour. Got some end of day updates from staff, and then at 6 o'clock, a conversation with Mark from our executive team while I was taking my evening walk. Had some quick dinner, and then at 8 p.m., we had the National Volunteer Election Team training call that we do every month. We had a special guest from the ACLJ talking about the IRS and its new attitude towards churches. Well, maybe not so much new, but newly articulated, that they want churches to feel free to say what they want to say in regard to politics. So we had that election call that lasted about an hour. I did some late work and then went to bed. Wednesday, the 16th of July, started out again as usual early at my desk, and various emails and work in regard to training people about the abortion drugs, pill techniques, the trip plans coming up, including speaking at this national symposium for 40 Days for Life, actually international. 115 Forum Leaders, the essay contest that we again are sponsoring at Priests for Life, National Pro-Life Essay Contest for youth. Follow up on our election training call, email blast approvals, and follow-ups on various interviews that others do with me when they have me on their programs, and that we do with other leaders when we have them on ours. Had meetings with staff people, of course, the 8:30 briefing, and then meetings with a few of our folks in regard to the upcoming 115 Forum leadership meeting. Talked with one of our volunteers who was here about helping us get to and from the airport. Those volunteer rides save us a lot. 10 a.m. I was here in the studio for the live scripture broadcast. 10:30 we had a meeting with our executive director and some of our team in regard to our essay contest for 2025 for later in the year. Then we had at 11 o'clock a meeting in regard to final preparations for our all-day leadership meeting that would follow the next day. 11:30, I had a lunch at a restaurant just down the street with our finance director, who's up here visiting from Virginia, and a couple of other members of the finance department. 4 of us at lunch had a good, productive conversation. Came back just in time for the 1 o'clock p.m. Zoom call of the Board of Directors of the National Pro-Life Religious Council, of which I serve as president and chairman of the board. So we had that Zoom meeting for about an hour. Pastors from the Methodist and Lutheran denominations, for example, and others that we've been working with for years. When that was done, I had more work at my desk to do and interaction with the staff here at the office. At 5 p.m., had a taping of some short spots with our social media coordinator. At 6 p.m., the administrative update from Mark. I took my walk at the same time. Came in, had some quick dinner, and then at 8 p.m. I was here in the studio live. Deacon Keith Fournier of the Diocese of Richmond, Virginia, was on with me to co-host the Good Shepherd Seminar. That's our live online monthly training seminar for clergy. That went for about an hour, and then I did some quiet end of the day work. Thursday, the 17th of July, up early, doing some work at my desk. Had to do, for example, things relating to giving instructions to our video team for editing, things in regard to our Priest for Life Legacy program. If you want to include us in your wills or estate planning, we have a special video spot inviting people to do that. Editing of some past shows I was on with Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Recent show I did with Coach Joe Kennedy, who won the Supreme Court case on religious freedom a few years ago. Monthly statement to donors, Patriot Mobile, with whom we partner, a little email blast about them. Let's see, preparations for meetings I'm having with our finance department, pro-life leaders, communications regarding the meeting taking place that same day, which I'll tell you about in a moment. Some communication about a possible new TV program that a conservative outlet might let us do. Preparations for speaking to a local chapter of Legatus. Also a Newsmax confirmation for an upcoming interview, and communication with the past president of the Catholic Press Association, Owen McGovern, reconnecting with him after a number of years. Now, Thursday the 17th was the 115 Forum, the quarterly meeting of pro-life leaders that we host. So what I did was I first had a meeting with our staff at the staff briefing at 8:30, then a few staff members that I had to meet with right after the briefing to set up some work for the day. And then just prior to 9 o'clock, hopped onto Zoom, and we had about 60 leaders during the course of the day on this Zoom call that began right on time at 9 o'clock. I opened it with prayer, and we delved into court litigation updates, various abortion-related cases on the state and federal level around the country. We talked about artificial intelligence and the pro-life movement. How do we preserve human dignity as this technology develops? And then we went into various other topics. At 10:30, there was a break, and at that point in time, I went into one of our conference rooms, and I had a meeting with several staff in regard to the mailing that we're doing to deacons around the country. Resumed with the pro-life leadership meeting at 11, and we went till 12:30 till we had the lunch break. And then at the lunch break, I did a few things here around the office, reconnecting with staff, doing some emails. Came back into the leadership meeting at 1:30. We had the chairman of the board of the Washington Times in on the meeting with us. We had key people from Susan B. Anthony, Pro-Life America, and so on. There was another break at 3 o'clock, and then I went down the hall and had a meeting with our finance director, who, as I said, is visiting from down in Virginia. Actually for us up in Virginia, and we had a fruitful meeting. Then I went back into the leadership meeting from 3:30 until it concluded at 5. Then I went around and saw some staff before they left for the day to get some updates. Likewise received some updates via email, and had a 6 p.m. phone conversation update meeting with Mark from our administrative team. Took my daily half-hour walk at that point in time, went back into the office. I grabbed some quick dinner actually before the Mark call. And then I did some quiet evening work at my desk, plenty of things to catch up on, and then went to bed for the night. So, July 15, 16, 17 of 2025. That's what I did. Working for the unborn, working to serve you in this great pro-life effort. I hope your work is going well also. God bless. Thanks for tuning in.
The fight to save the unborn will continue long after the Lord calls us home to himself, and so will the work of Priests for Life. You can continue to support that work even then by planning to include Priests for Life in your wills, bequests, retirement accounts, insurance policies, and more. Make this mission part of your estate planning by asking our team of experts about your different options. Please call us at 321-500-1000 and tell us you are interested in supporting Priests for Life through your estate planning. Join our Priests for Life legacy family and let your love for the unborn continue long beyond your lifespan.
Follow him, Frank Pavone, Fr. Frank Pavone. He is the National Director of Priests for Life. Please go to priestsforlife.org.
Frank Pavone. Frank, thank you very much.